Hello. Today I'd like to talk to you about advertising research. Now, what is advertising research? Advertising research is the market research that you would conduct to create ads as well as to improve the efficiency of ads. Okay, so in this class, we're going to talk about learning how our customers react to specific ads and specific campaigns. Now, why is it so important? Why is advertising research so important to conduct? Well, there are many reasons why we conduct advertising research. Okay, and these, what you see up here on the slide, are a few of them. Let's start up on the top. Fewer chances of failure. Now, when you do thorough research, you get some great information that we call insights. And when we have that information, when we are equipped with that information, it really does reduce the risk of failures. Okay. Number two, it helps you rank your image. Now, when we do research, it lets us do comparisons between brands, between organizations. So it helps in some way, it helps us understand where this brand stands in the marketplace compared to other brands, right? So it sort of ranks your images, it ranks your image, and brand perception and your standing with your competitors. Now, when we do research, sometimes we uncover problems that may be forthcoming, or problems that the organization or that specific brand might face. And so we can be more proactive when we know what kind of issues we might be dealing with. Okay. Um, Another thing is that it helps you with creativity, right? Um, Now, when all the information about this brand is available based on the market research, you can really come up with the right kind of creative strategy. And when you design that strategy, it is going to be beneficial to your advertising. So it definitely helps with creativity, and often we connect creativity with profitability. So good research equals great strategy, which will eventually then help the brand make money. Okay. Um, Advertising research also helps with product launches. What is a good time to launch your brand? What is the best media to launch your brand in? What is the best way to launch this product per se? Those kinds of questions can be answered. Specifically, advertising research helps answer some of those questions. Um, Finally, you can constantly monitor your progress with advertising research. When the brand launches, before the brand launches, during the time that the brand is, your advertising is in the campaign is going on, and when the campaign ends. All of those different times um, are going to be monitored, right? And when you monitor, you see how you did. Were you successful? Did you meet the mark? Did it fail? Right. So that sort of that's a great way to figure out and benchmark how you've done, and you can do all of that through advertising research. Okay, let's move on then. And what I want to do is talk about two kinds of research that we have that we conduct in our advertising world, right? Primary and secondary. Now, this is the kind of research you conduct everywhere, not just advertising, but definitely we use it, when conducting advertising research. So there are two kinds of research. There's primary and there's secondary. So what is primary research? Primary research is research that you conduct or hire someone to conduct for you. Okay, so in this case, you're sort of directly going to the source, right? You're putting out surveys and you're getting responses from people who are our source, right? Or we're conducting interviews with people face to face or virtually, or we're conducting interviews in groups, which we call focus groups. So this is the research that you conduct or hire some company to conduct for your brand. Yeah, that's pretty insightful stuff. And it's really valued in our world to hear the stories, to see the faces, to hear the voices of our customers and potential customers. So that is primary research. The second kind of research is what we call a secondary research. Now, this is the kind of research which involves gathering and synthesizing data that's already existing, data that's already been produced. Okay, so research like the census, right, that comes to your house. You complete the census. You may have gotten something. 2020 was, the year that we were supposed to do all of this, and so you get it at home. You fill it out and you send it. In 2020, they did the whole thing online. So the Census Bureau is gathering all the information and then they make it available to the public, to organizations, to research companies, to sort of, synthesize and, slice and dice that information for their needs. Okay, but this is information that's already been produced. All you're doing is taking that information and using it to understand a specific phenomena or a context or a group of people. Okay, so you see that in academic journals. You see a lot of data, secondary data that is quoted by trade organizations, by news media, by government agencies. They're always either creating the report or producing it mass scale and sharing it with the public. So secondary information is gathering and synthesizing of data that's already been produced. Okay, I want to talk about one other thing before we end with this presentation, and that is standards for research. Now, there are two terms that you should know about. Of course, this is not a statistics class or a market research class. Really, I'm just trying to help you to help you make the connection between advertising research and advertising, right? So, two standards: validity and reliability. These two you should know. Okay. So validity is achieved when the research measures what it seeks to measure. Okay. This means that the test that you're conducting should produce the data that it intends to measure. Okay. So the results must satisfy and be in accordance with the objectives of the test. So let's say your test is measuring temperature, then it is valid if it measures temperature. Okay, so that's as simple as that. Okay, the second one there is called reliability. Okay, what is reliability? We say this person is reliable, right? Or this appliance is reliable. What does it mean? It means that uh, if the study is repeated, right? If that same study is repeated again, we're going to get the same sort of results, right? The test must yield the same result every time that it is administered on an individual or an entity, right? So it should be consistent. Basically, that's what that means, that it should be consistent. So, for example, if one person takes a personality test, okay, the same personality test several times and always gets the same result, then the test is reliable. If you get on a weighing machine and every time you get on that weighing machine that day, it's giving you the exact same weight, right? You're weighing the same. It means that this is a reliable weighing machine, right? So simple. If the study is repeated, it achieves the exact same results, and that's reliable. Okay. So these are the two standards that you would hear in research. Something is valid or something is reliable. Okay, and now you know the differences between two. In the next few videos, we're going to talk about the two kinds of methods, qualitative and quantitative. So I'm going to wrap up here and let's move on to the next video.